What's up, everybody? Let's see if I can concentrate right now with what's happening in the background. I'm not sure it's possible, but what is possible is to say hello to everybody. Welcome to Tuesday Museday. If you're still around, good for you. And I'm happy to report that the interwebs are still here. The internet gave us a hard time last week. Okay, I'm going to turn this off for a second. All right. I felt like I was being attacked by barnyard animals for a second. All right. Hey, Bill, not here nice and early, as Roseanne said. Roseanne is here. Mick is here. Awesome. Daisy, welcome back. Neil is here. My buddy Ray from Guangzhou. That's right, right? And who else? By the way, Ray, I really miss the food over there, my friend. Sue is here. And then sensational Sienna Price. And Jesse, all right, man. Jesse James Simmons, Dr. Roche, is that right? Roche? And yes, the humor theme. Cornelius is here. Hello. Urban Dervish. Wow, we had a big group today, I feel like. Pretty good. All right. So I'm all caught up. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, the theme today is humor. And before I forget, I want to remind you, patrons, I made a post on our Patreon, and it's accessible to anybody at the $10 tier or higher. So I included some of the lower tier people because I was feeling generous today. But what I did is I made a post and I just attached a PDF that I created from a PowerPoint or a keynote. And it's all about humor and laughter. In the presentation, it was for music therapy people, but it really can apply to anybody. You know, you guys, anybody can understand it. Just read it and you'll get it. But it's all about humor and laughter in music therapy, or let's just say in music. And that's, in fact, the title of the post. So I put that PDF there. And then I just finished recording a video where I demonstrate some of these instruments, but then you guys just saw them all. So, but if you wanted to see that and learn about each one more individually, and hear what I have to say about them, then you could join at Patreon and watch that later. That's going to be just for patrons, that video. But right now, we're all here, and if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. And I would like to talk about the use of humor and laughter in music. And I'm not going to just talk as a music therapist, but you guys get all this, that it could be therapeutic. By the way, this is super random, but I am also a certified laughter yoga teacher because my buddy Bill, who lives in Malaysia, he got certified in laughter yoga, and then I was going to be over there in Malaysia, and he said, "Hey, you want to go to this thing in India, in Mumbai, with Dr. Madan Kataria, who is accredited, or according to him, he invented laughter yoga." And so we went over there and for like 3 or 4 days, and it was fun. It was like a retreat, and you learn about laughter yoga and doing all that. If you don't know about laughter yoga, you can look it up. But suffice to say, I'm probably overqualified at this point. But yeah, let's just for a second talk about humor and laughter in music, because you guys know I joke around a lot. All right, at least I attempt to make some jokes. I got some dad jokes. Once in a while, I hit maybe slightly above dad joke level, not far, but maybe a little. But I like to engage with my clients, whether they're clients or students or whoever, participants, and and have some levity, have some lightheartedness. And I use humor in a number of different ways, and it can be in the sounds, of the instruments. You can have just a funny sounding instrument or a thing. And of course, this is not a musical instrument necessarily, but it is a musical item, right? All these things are musical items, whether or not they're designed as instruments. And some of these, for example, this is a hunting duck call, right? This is literally a duck call that you would use for hunting. That's a legitimate duck call. And I mean, this is another thing, right? Like, what is that, a chickadee or something? But the sound itself is kind of funny, right? And so that's one category of the use of humor and laughter. I guess you could just call it humor, right? It's a humorous sound, right? I was looking for my bulb horn, but that's another one, right? Those old style car horns, like, that's another sound. It's just kind of funny, right? It's just a funny sound. Oh, and I had one more here that I was going to include. But this one actually takes a lot of work, and it's not that satisfying. But here, let me try. Let me see if I can do this for you guys. I don't know why these are so hard to blow up, but obviously this is a balloon, right? No, this is sad, you guys. I mean, I was blowing pretty hard, and that's all I got in there. So yeah, I don't know what's going on, but listen. It's gone. I don't know where it went. It's right down there. But it sounds like that. Like, if you ever taken a balloon and just done that little squeaky, where you pull the top, right, and you can play like little melodies on the balloon as it's deflating. If you haven't done that, do that. It's hilarious, especially if you do it with like 2 or more people, in a group, and you can have little conversations with your balloons. It's fun and it's funny. Oh yeah, I do need a balloon pump. Thanks for saying. Actually, I have a little pump somewhere for, like, bicycle pump, and it has a little needle on it. So yeah, that's what I need, because I don't think these are made for human lung inflation. I'm just saying, like, my lungs are not that weak. Anyway, that is that's something I just found this in my wife's, like, in her stash of stuff, because she's always taking my stuff. So I figured I'll take one of her balloons. And lo and behold, it turns out it's really hard to blow up, which is probably why she's not using them. All right, so what else do we have? Kazoo, a classic, right? And this is great because you can just hum, And we have a lot of fun with kazoos. Those are great. Make sure you sterilize them, sanitize them before handing them out, and then after. And then, yeah, the rubber chicken, which incidentally, Roy, I'm pretty sure I got this on one of my visits to China. In fact, I know I did. So somewhere, you guys have these all over the place. And I think this was like $1 US dollar. Now it would cost significantly more. But I love the rubber chickens, you guys. I've used these for years in group music making at my workshops and trainings. It's just funny, and people love to play the chicken. I don't want to do it too close to the mic, but if you really squeeze it, like just empty it out, and then it gets me every time. I don't know what it is about a rubber chicken screaming, but it's pretty funny. And then you can get different sizes of these. But I just used this 2 weeks ago. I had a client, and she was, she could just grasp a very little bit, right? She had not a lot of strength, but she could just get a little, get a little sound out of it. And so I played this song. It's about chickens, like little chickens. It goes like this. Let me see if this is in tune. Close enough. So the song goes like, P-O, 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 pa, ta, ta, ta. Canta, canta, pajarito, que tu cantar alegra corazón. Beep, beep, beep. All right, and then there's a different one too about chickens, but that one is beep, 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 beep is like pio, pio, pio is the sound that little chicks make, right? Pajaritos, little birds. So it says pio, 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 and you go, pop, pop, pop. But then it has the cha, cha, cha. And so my client's job was to just make a sound, just one chicken sound in the space. And so we use music as a prompt for an action. In this case, it was working on, grip strength, but in a musical and fun way and in a humorous way. So that's an example of how I might use a funny sound in a song. And it's appropriate because the song is actually about chickens, or it's a bird. It's a bird. It's not necessarily a chicken in that song, but yeah. And the song says, Canta, canta, pajarito, que tu cantar alegra corazón. So sing, sing, little bird, that your song makes your heart happy. All right, so it's a cute little song with a nice message. And it's also a profound message because we all need to sing, and whatever. In other words, do the thing that makes your heart happy, like express yourself. Because when you follow your path, right, you follow your passion and you do what you feel, right, you need to get out, you need to express, makes your heart happy. So all of that in a little tiny Spanish language folk song. All right. Yeah, and Ray says there's also rubber chickens with different pitches. Yes, I noticed that, and I have a set. I got a few when I was over in China, and yeah, they just came in different sizes. Are you saying they're in specific pitches? Because that would be crazy if they were. All right, now we also have a category of musical instruments that are kind of funny sounding, right? I use the flexitone. And that's also one that's you can hear in cartoons, right? You can hear them used. Sometimes they just do like a quick thing, but it's usually like something going up and coming down or whatever, and they use the flexitone. And then there's the classic vibroslap, which you guys already heard, which is this, right? Heard in cartoon sound effects like action effects, but also 1970s. It's even under Aerosmith, right? Aerosmith songs, and I think like maybe Hawaii 5-0 or something, like different theme songs for different TV shows, mostly 70s, 80s, but you don't hear a lot of it now, but maybe we'll have a revival. How about that? Vibroslap revival. There's a name for a show. Are you going to Vibroslap revival? All right. What else? So that's basically the category. And then there's other categories I talk about in a little video. I'm not going to go over it all now, but that's that kind of brings us up to date. How are we doing on time? We're doing well. So I'm going to, what I'm going to do is I want to play this groove again, but I want to replace some of the sounds. But let's go one by one. I want to play you what I had recorded in the looper, just so we can hear it, because it's kind of a jumble right now. So I had the cajon and the congas, and then let's see what's here. So that's the whistle. Oh, that's the only thing that's on that track. That's the Acme whistle. And then, okay, and then over here, vibra slap. I'm calling it the chickadee. Not sure about the rhythm. Sounds totally random. All right. And then over here, we had, so duck, cow, I kind of like that one. So that's, see, it's funny. So like the duck, the cow, and then the duck at the end. All right, and then over on the other side, rubber chicken. I feel like that's like a Syndrum callback right there. Like, you guys remember Syndrums, electronic drums? Before they had samplers, you guys are, a lot of you are too young. But back in the day, you know, when I started, there was no drum machines, anything, none of that. And then they had synth drums. So I had one called a Syndrum, which was, I probably do have also Syndrums, but I had a Syndrum. And it was like a little oscillator synth, little pad. And it kind of reminds me of that sound. Like, you could do boo, boo, boo. Remember that? Remember those? Boo, 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 boo. Those were Syndrums. But this sort of, it kind of sounds like that. Anyway, so that's just the chicken on that channel. So now that you've heard everything separately, let's bring them in. Let's start one at a time. Let's start with the chicken. And then we're going to go to cow and duck. And let's add this one. Vibra slap and chickadee. You know what? I'm going to re-record that. That is terrible. I'm going to re-record that one. Hang on. And now we have this last one. The Acme whistle. I think that's all that's on this track. Let me start them all from the beginning. All right. Okay. And Sienna said her music therapist has a vibra slap. Wow. Okay. If you have a vibra slap, you also need self-control. That's also a requirement. Would you agree? I think so. All right. Let me see. Sienna said I saw your video where someone used squeaky chickens to the tune Under the Bridge and Red Hot Chili Peppers. I seriously lost it live. Yeah, so there are some really entertaining, I'm going to tell you something, you guys. I'm going to let you in on a little secret, all right? There are some absolutely delightful videos with people playing the chickens and they're playing melodies. And that's cool. However, that is fake. The melody part is fake. There's no way you can't play melodies on the chickens. But I think it's funny. But what they're doing there, and I'm not hating on them, I'm just saying how they made it is they put the sound into a sampler and then they can play it on a keyboard, right? And they can play the different notes of the song. So it's not possible to actually play, because I've seen some of those videos too, and they're good. But there's a guy and he's like concentrating, right? And he's like, acting like he's playing melodies on the chicken. So I actually did that in my lowrider video. If you guys haven't seen my lowrider video, go to World Drum Club and put in Pollo Loco lowrider, Pollo Loco, which means crazy chicken. And I did that too. But I was holding like separate chickens and made it look like they were each playing a different note, but they're all the same chicken. But I played it in a sampler, and then I got the different notes. So yeah. So don't be tricked. Be entertained, but don't be fooled. All right. Anyone else have any experience with any of these things that you want to share? Because I see some of you, like Ray said he has one. So are you saying the same chicken has different pitches? Like it goes up and down? I mean, what do you mean exactly when you say there are also rubber chickens with different pitches? Do you mean there's different chickens that have different pitches, or there's one chicken that has different pitches? Because that would be a very talented and special rubber chicken. But maybe, I mean, you tell me. If there is, then I want one. No, I'm not going to learn how to play melodies on a rubber chicken. That is ridiculous. Okay, Roseanne, thank you. You got the link to the lowrider video. It's pretty funny, actually. I did that a while ago, the lowrider video, and it's like right with the original song too. I tried to make it pretty close, except for obviously some of the instrumentation. All right. So I'm gonna play another, because you guys, it's hot in here, and I want to share something I've been doing lately. I want to share a little short video with you, like I did. Remember, was it last week or week before? It was last week. I shared a little video of things that are happening, the other stuff, like last week where I think it was the pahu drum, right? And this week, though, I have just a little personal thing. I just went to I started scuba diving a couple of years ago, and I just went to Catalina Dive Park. It's called Casino Point Dive Park, Catalina Island, off the coast here. You take a ferry out of Long Beach, and you go over to Catalina Island, which is part of the Channel Islands. And I did a whole weekend of scuba, and so I thought maybe I'll just basically I'm sharing my vacation photos with you guys now. It's like when you go to somebody's house and they want to show you all their vacation slides, or I guess vacation videos now. So I'm going to do that to you right now because I need to turn my air conditioner on for a minute. So I'm going to show you 2 or 3 videos. They're short, they're just short little videos. But I hope it's interesting. It's just something I'm sharing, just something that I'm doing personally. But if you haven't seen the Catalina situation over there, this will be informative. All right, so I'm going to do that. Okay, Ray said, no, different chickens have different pitches. Yeah, for sure. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this little video ready, and I'm going to play it. So I'll be back in a minute after I play you the video. Hopefully it all works. Let's see. Let's see if it works. All right, I'll be right back. Hold on. I know. There's no sound. All right, so we'll do that again. I could see there was no sound coming out. So I'll fix this and let's do this. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's try that again. All right, folks, here we are at Casino Point. There's the casino. There's the point. I'm right here. And some divers going in. You see the steps here. This is our entry and exit point. We're very organized today. There's people entering on the right and exiting on the right from the water. And this is the dive park. And it extends from down there. You see the buoys over there, over here. It's not too far, maybe 150 yards. And then there, and then around there, back over there. So it's just this area here. I don't have the means to show you underwater scenery, but I'll try to dig up a few videos from past trips. And that's it. And then over there, there's a hotel, some condo things up on the hill over there. So we're going to do a couple dives today. I'm going to be doing site mapping, which means my teacher is going to tell me to go out somewhere out here, and I have to make a map. So I've got to record depths and features in a certain area. So we'll see what that looks like later. All right. All right, folks. All right, I just finished my 3 dives, 3 out of 4, mapping this dive site. Here's a little map they have. It has a few things on it. Jacques Cousteau plaque. Just some of the things that you might expect to see down there if you're lucky. Today we saw some black sea bass, a couple of them that are these huge black sea bass. But it's just been a beautiful day. Really nice out here right now. Super nice. I just finished. I'm drying out, and but I want to give you guys a little view of what's happening at Catalina Dive Park right now. This is very typical in the summer. You've got snorkelers, scuba divers, skin divers, boaters, partiers, tourists, just people hanging out. A little bit of a surge today. You can see out the steps. It's kind of a little tricky getting out, but not a big deal. Parasailers, paragliders over there. People getting pulled by a boat going up. Kayakers, sailboats, power boats, all sorts of stuff. And let's go take a look at the harbor. All right, I just finished. All right, now dive park is over there, and now we're on the inside of the harbor, and just give you a slow pan so you can see what it looks like. This is why people like coming here. It's almost like a Riviera feeling, like a French Riviera vibe, and just people with their boats, all different kinds, and expensive houses up on the hill. There's still buffalo in those hills somewhere. I think they're going to remove them, though, or let them stop procreating. Not sure. Anyway, that's that, and you can see, hopefully, see the water. Really nice right now. Just very comfortable. It can get really chilly out here, but the water's in the high 60s right now, which is amazing. And let me give you a shot of the casino. I'm going to try to get in the shade a little so we don't blow the lens out of the camera. But you see the casino there. And they still show movies in there. They still have some events and parties inside the casino. As far as I know, and I'm not an expert on this, as far as I know, this is privately owned property that was kind of donated and kept as a scuba site and conservation site. So there's conservation that's happening. It's just really pleasant right now. All right, you guys. Thanks for joining this little video. Hope you liked it. Until next time. All right, now. All right, we're back. Yeah. Let me stop this video playing on my phone. Isn't that nice? I realize that many people are going through a heat wave right now, so don't mean to rub it in your face. But it was nice out there. And Friday was the longest day of the year. It was the summer solstice. So happy summer solstice. So it was nice to have not only the longest day of the year, but one of the nicest days of the year. So that's a lot of niceness in one day. It was almost packed completely with niceness, which is awesome. If you're going to have a long day, you might as well have a nice long day. What did you say, Ray? You can buy some musical note tadpole. Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds fun. Tadpoles. And so Sue, you said your sister's grandson got bitten a couple days ago by a crab in North Carolina. Wow. Well, that's never fun. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, that is not fun. But yeah, when we're around, I mean, we go to the ocean, we can get bitten by stuff. I actually got a really bad rash on my arm because I pushed up against something when I was in St. Croix, scuba diving under a pier, and I pushed up on something that was growing, on something, and it turned into this rash. It was horrible. But blah blah blah. You can complain about that, but what am I doing? I'm scuba diving, so I can't complain that much. Just a little. All right. So let's get to our gimme five. We've got a good amount of time, but I want to speed things up. We're skipping over guess the sound because there were so many sounds today. I feel like we should just do some more music. So for today's gimme five, you can pick, of course, from any of the instruments that you I have here. Also, I've got djembe over here. I've got the cajon. There's bongos are right over there. I've got some other things around, but if you want, we're gonna put together a collection of 5 instruments, any sounds, and I also have the Native American style flutes. You guys know that. The regulars know that. We've got ukulele. We've got other things here too, but now's your chance to use some of the funny sounds if you want to hear those, and then give me a a tempo if you want to, slow, medium, fast, or if you want to include a meter, that's okay too. I'll do my best. And you're right, Roseanne. I did kind of promise Ray. Ray, if you want to do it, you could take your time, take a minute. Don't take a lot of time. Take a minute and think about like 5 instruments that I have here, and then I will loop something up for you. Well, for everyone, but on your behalf. All right. And then if you guys have any questions, put them in the chat right now, and I'll try to get to them. But we have time. We have a lot of time. We usually do the gimme 5, at about 10 till the hour. So, by the way, Ray, what time is it over there? I think you're 16. Let me see. You're 16 hours ahead of us, so it would be what, like 9? I want to say like 9:41 or something like that on Wednesday morning. Is that right? Something like that. I don't know if it's 16 or 17, 15, because we change our time here, in California. We're still doing that. And does China have just one time, or do you guys have time zones like we do? Because I thought I remembered China just uses one time for the whole country. Is that right? Or am I imagining that? Anyway, if you want to share that info, go ahead. If not, we can look it up later. It's not a big deal. And like I said, if anybody has any other questions, put them in the chat right now. I'm going to try to scan this because when I'm doing looping, and if you guys ask questions at that time, I sometimes don't see them, and I don't mean to. I'm not ignoring you. There's a lot going on, and I don't always have time to read that. Yeah, well, maybe did Ray leave the building? Did you or is he? Maybe the VPN stopped working. Well, let's give it another minute. And then, Ray, if you're still there and you want to come in, just let us know right away so we're not spending too much time. But I'm going to go ahead and clear the looper, sadly, because this was fun. Oh, okay. That's my honor. Good. So just think about it for a second, and I'm going to play this as background. Oh, 8:43. Okay, right. So 15 hours ahead of us. Ahead of California time. All right, that's enough of that. I'm going to erase what I have here. So yeah, Ray, if you want to pick, you could pick some instruments. Like I said, cajon, congas, djembe, and then I have different percussion here, and then the funny sounds, maybe whatever you want. And then I do have the flutes, and it might be interesting to see how the flutes go with the weird sounds. I don't know. Like I don't know what I could find out though. Let me find out what note that is, because that might. I'm just gonna look it up for my own curiosity right now. I'm gonna get out my tuner. So it's like a sharp G. So if I had this flute, well, actually a better thing would be to have this flute if I want to play in G major. But this is it's a little sharp. More information than you asked for. Anyway, we could do something with the rubber chicken and a flute. All right, do we get ukulele, flute, drums, bells, and rubber chicken? All right, let's do so. Ukulele, flute, drums, bells like cowbell, or what bells? I have cowbells. And then, do you want a tempo and a meter? Do you care? Does that matter? Let me know. And I'm going to go back and change a couple settings on here. Hang tight. Because it's just easier for me if everything's like 2 bars. So I usually do that. And then tempo. Last call for tempo and meter. Otherwise, I'm just going to pick something. So ukulele. Okay. All right. All right. So again, cajon. Oh. Ukulele. Flute, drums, bells, rubber chicken. Okay. All right. So I'll just do congas, right? For the drums. And let's see what we can do. I'm going to change the background beat, though, to something. Let me see. Hang on. You know what? I kind of have an idea, so I want to. Let me think for a second. maybe something like that. We'll see. We will see. No guarantees. I have no idea. All right. Ray. I don't know what's happening over here, but it's your fault, all right? You know what? We have time for one more quick one. So, because I think that's enough of that. Oh, did you want me to do a 3/4, like a third? You said the third beat, like a three rhythm. All right, I'm gonna stop that. That's enough of that. How does that work though? And also, I just want to point out that that chord progression is the pop chord progression, which is often used like in happy music, right? It's got that kind of whimsical sound, and I wish I could see the emojis. I can't see your emojis, you guys, because I'm using Ecamm Live, and it doesn't, like, the emojis don't translate, unfortunately. So I only see nice face, fuchsia tongue out. Is what it says, Ray. Sorry. So I just have to imagine. Yeah, you're welcome, Sue. And I hope your sister's grandson feels better, or, tell him I'm rooting for him. He'll get through it, right? So anyway, I just wanted to point out that chord progression, which is a 1, 5, 6, 4 progression, in this case G, D, E minor, C were the chords, and I think it lends itself to like a weird, kazoo melody or something. All right, so that one I threw in the kazoo in there because it's just neat. I figured, like, it's already weird, so let's make it a little weirder and add something on top of there. But you see how that, like, if you had that going as a background, I think people could have a lot of fun. Just, you could just kazoo over the top of that, and you're good to go. And there could be a lot of songs you could do over that with melodies that are familiar, right? So you could literally, like, get people all together singing or kazooing together. All right, yeah, 3/4. Well, why don't we do a little? Well, actually, we don't have too much more time, but let me just do something real quick. Let's change the meter real quick and see what we could do. Let me see. So I'm just going to go to a 3/4 real quick, you guys. We just, like, a few minutes, right? So I'll put some together real quick. That's not working. Just break. All right, you guys. Are you guys ever going to come back to Tuesday Museday now? Are you going to have nightmares now? All right. Well, we do what we do, and we do the best we can, which is all we can ever do. So, hey, guys, thanks for joining me today. I hope it was educational, but I hope that you at least giggled a little bit during the show. If you did, it's a complete success in my book. Thank you, Roseanne. Well, that was different. That's what we're going for, you know? Something different. Yeah, and recorded. All right. Thanks, Ray. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a great day there. And I hope everyone else has a nice evening wherever you are. Cornelius is like, I do see that emoji. Why do I see that and not other people's emojis? I don't know why. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. As always, see us at patreon.com/Kalani. Hold on a second. Let's take that out for a second. See us at patreon.com/Kalani. And I'll be doing more posts this week. Thank you so much for joining us, you guys. Have a blessed day and night or wherever you are. I hope you all stay cool. And we'll see you next Tuesday. All right. See you then.
World Drum Club.